This year, April 6th happens to be on the Saturday of one of the most religious weekends of the year. So instead of forcing all the athletes to come back to campus for some cake, we figured we just celebrated a couple of days early. This at Albertus is our second annual National Student Athlete Day event. Last year, we unveiled our new athletic logo. For those of you who were in the gym for that, it was, for me, one of our best days last year. And next year is going to be even more exciting. Next year, National Student Athlete Day. Next spring, we'll have 6 varsity sports for the spring, 4 of which will be home on National Student Athlete Day. I won't tell you which 4 yet, but we will plan something very special for that day. It will probably rain to ruin all of our plans, but we'll be able to say, boy, it was a really good idea. For this year, we're using National Student Athlete Day for 2 reasons. Number 1 is to recognize the accomplishments of all of our student athletes in our athletic programs, and the other is to celebrate the birth of our beloved Falcon. To our national, we'll get to Frankie in a moment. We have quite the roast. Just kidding. To our student athlete day, to our student athletes, National Student Athlete Day is all about you. What you do for every facet of our campus community is so incredibly important and so very special. And as the athletic director at Albertus Magnus College, I cannot thank you enough for all that you do. We're in the midst of an unbelievable season for athletic programs. We have 12 programs competing this year, 4 of which already broke the school record for wins. And we're not done yet. Absolutely. Did someone just say only 4? 4 is a lot. A couple weeks ago, Mitch Oliver and I had the chance to have lunch with our board of trustees. And it was a great day. We were celebrating a championship and a trip to the NCAA tournament. What really struck me that day, there were a couple of things. Number 1, it wasn't the first time this year athletics interacted with our board of trustees. In the fall, we had both of our soccer teams there. As I said to everyone that day, let's do this regularly because of the direction of our programs. I've worked at 4 colleges, and this is the only one where the athletic department has actually met the board of trustees and had a chance to meet with them and speak to them. And that's a really special thing about Albertus. It really makes what we do wonderful. What impressed me the most is Mitch and I were there for a solid half hour, and the discussion wasn't just about basketball. Our trustees, who are so important to our college, they spoke to us about all of our sports programs and how well they're doing. They're reading the newspapers, they're on the website, they're watching local television, they're on Facebook and Twitter, which may not be a good thing, but they're there, and they're seeing all the great things that we do. And for individuals as busy and as important as our trustees, for them to notice that we have 12 programs experiencing our level of success is very special. We are a school that our administration truly understands and appreciates the value of what athletics means to our community, and it makes everything that we do very special. For me, we have 12 varsity teams. We're about to be 14, but we are one athletic program. We compete for the same school. We wear the same colors. Our uniforms look the same, and we are one department. And that's more important to me than anything that can happen in competition. So for this very special occasion, what I just want to say from the bottom of my heart is thank you. Thank you to our student athletes. Thank you to our coaches. Thank you to our administration for your support. It is a wonderful thing to be an Albertus Falcon, and we're only getting better. And now let's celebrate.
Yay!
Frankie, come on down. I wasn't here the day Frankie was born, but neither was anyone else for that matter. But what we decided to do, because National Student Athlete Day is such a special day, is we're declaring officially that April 6th is Hatch Day. And so it's a special day to be Frankie. I've gotten to know Frankie very well since I began my duties here a year and a half ago. I have come to know him or her as being fierce yet friendly, energetic yet intense, and always up for game day no matter what the scoreboard says. A year ago today, we unveiled our new Falcon logo, and we have the best Falcon in sports at any level. We're better than the Air Force Academy. We're better than a certain professional football franchise that ended their season at Giants Stadium this year in the playoffs. The Giants, yes. The Giants won another Super Bowl, and they beat the Patriots, for those of you who don't remember. We have the best Falcon in the country, and we celebrate that. So Frankie, for all that you do for our athletic program in our community, and for all the wonderful things you represent, it is my pleasure to wish you a happy Hatch Day. And I would like to call our President McNamara as we light the candles to our cake. And if you haven't seen the cake, it has our Falcon logo on it. And before we sing, and yes, we're going to sing, the Albertus Magnus Choir is here to help you, for those of you who are musically challenged like me. While we are distributing the cake, and it will not be a scene like the movie Office Space, we'll get organized. While we're cutting the cake, there are some raffles that I believe Stephanie Stevens from, are you handing out the raffle tickets?
Oh, they're all out.
They're all out. So make sure you have your raffle ticket. As we learned with Mega Millions, anything can happen. And right before we sing, I just want to say thank you to Stephanie Stevens and Carolyn B. Ann Krause in our development office for setting all this up, Dean Morrison and Aaron Morrell for helping get this all set up, and Kristen Carley for all the publicity. And with all that said, I guess on the count of three, President McNamara, would you like to lead us?
No. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think a special applause is also due here today for Mike Spinner and all the work that he has done, along with all of the coaches who have joined us today, to thank them for the remarkable work that they have done in our athletic department over the last year. Thank you so much. I've also been asked to say the following. We thank the choir, our wonderful choir, for being here today, and we're all invited to sing Happy Hatch, and the choir, of course, is going to lead us. Please.
Happy Hatch Day to you.
Everybody.
Happy Hatch Day to you. Happy Hatch Day, dear Frankie. Happy Hatch Day to you.
We got to blow out the candles now. How about 1, 2, we would say how old are you now, but we just don't know. So how about just a 1, 2, 3?